Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm SB from techcentury and welcome to my preview video at what's supposed to be the next flagship from HTC called the HTC One M8 Prime. So in this video we're going to take a look at what we can expect from the display, the processor, the camera and of course also the design of this new smartphone. So let's get started after the intro. So while we thought that the Galaxy S5 and the HTC One M8 would be the flagship devices for 2014, this doesn't seem to be the case. So there have been a lot of leaks and rumors surrounding the Galaxy S5 Prime, and I've also done a video about that, a preview, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below, as well as an annotation right here. But now there have been also a lot of leaks for the HTC One M8 Prime, and there are in fact so many leaks that we basically know everything about this smartphone and also the design even. So first off, we're going to talk about the display, and it seems like we'll get a 5.5 inch display with a 2K resolution. So this means 2560 x 1440. Now this resolution is a lot higher than the full HD resolution that we find on the HTC One M8, but this is also the exact same resolution which we are likely going to find on the LG G3, which is supposed to be announced in a couple of days, and then also on the Galaxy S5 Prime. So this just seems to be the new standard after Full HD. Now, whether this is really something that you can tell if you're in front of the device, it's highly unlikely because the PPI on Full HD screens is already very high, but still this seems to be the new standard, so 2K displays on smartphones are definitely coming. Now next up, when we talk about the processor, then it's likely that we'll find the Snapdragon 810 processor. Now this is a quad-core chip similar to the 801 that we already find in the regular HTC One M8, but this has a lot better performance. So this is actually the high-end chip for 2014 from Qualcomm. Now it's supposed to take a couple of weeks or even months until the chip is actually available, so this might also push back the launch of the HTC One M8 Prime. But this is definitely supposed to give a huge performance boost, and especially because Sense isn't really that heavy of a skin, this should result in amazing performance, and everybody who owns the HTC One M8 already can tell that even the Snapdragon 801 chip that doesn't have the performance of the 810 is already more than fast enough for all tasks, so this should really set new standards in terms of performance. Now, while LTE 4G is basically standard on all smartphones these days, it also seems like the One M8 Prime will set a new standard there with Cat 6 LTE. Now, what does that mean? This means that it actually supports speeds up to 300 megabits a second, which is absolutely insane. So a lot of phones just support up to 150 megabit. So this is double the performance, and if the network supports it, then you can be prepared for absolutely amazing speeds in terms of video streaming and also of course internet surfing on the go. Now, one really nice extra that we can expect here on the HTC One M8 Prime is that the phone is likely to be the first phone from HTC that's waterproof, so it will not only catch up with the Galaxy S5 but also with other smartphones, for example from Sony, the Xperia Z2. So waterproof is definitely something that's nice to see on a smartphone, especially because you just don't have to worry about getting your phone damaged easily. Now last but certainly not least, let's take a look at the design of the One M8 Prime, and there have been a lot of pictures going around the internet for the last couple of weeks showing the design of the HTC One M8 Prime, and just in general it looks pretty similar to the regular One M8, but it's in this rather black color which kind of makes it look like a big bad brother of the M8. And also we'll find a new material which is basically the star of the show here, so it's not aluminum anymore, but it's a hybrid material between aluminum and liquid silicon. Now we don't really know what the benefit of this new material is. It might be that the phone doesn't get as hot anymore as previous generations of the HTC One, so that may be one of the benefits, but we don't really know for sure yet. Now one other highlight in terms of the design is definitely this red ring around the camera. Now this might only be a design aspect because we don't really have any information about the camera itself, but maybe at least we can hope also for a better camera, maybe with an 8 megapixel resolution, which would be quite insane because the camera is basically like the only real aspect that a lot of people had issues with here on the HTC One M8. So if this would be an 8 megapixel camera that's just highlighted by this red ring, then this is definitely a welcome addition and probably the most important upgrade over the regular HTC One M8. Now before we end the video, I want to make one thing clear, and that's that we're not 100% certain yet whether the One M8 Prime will be just a better version of the One M8 or whether this was actually the successor to the One Max. So we haven't seen a successor of the One Max yet, and especially the 5.5-inch diagonal of the new 2K screen would also fit in the One Max territory. So before you get pissed off and freak out because there's a new or better HTC One in the making, maybe this is just a successor to the One Max, and this would definitely also be a big upgrade because the One Max last year didn't have the best specs. And if HTC really brings out now a competitor to, for example, the Note 3 or the Note 4 with such a nice big 2K display, as well as also the Snapdragon 810 quad-core chip and maybe an even better camera, then this would definitely be a home run in my opinion. But let me know what you think about this One M8 Prime or the successor to the One Max. I'm eager to hear what you guys have to say, especially if you just picked up an HTC One M8. Maybe you're pissed off just like the guys over who bought an S5 with the S5 Prime. I can certainly understand it. Now, I didn't pick up the HTC One, but this One M8 Prime just seems absolutely fantastic, and if they really stepped up the camera quality, then I probably can't resist and I just have to buy this phone because these specs just seem too amazing. So I certainly can't wait for the announcement. Now there's supposed to be an HTC event happening on the 3rd of June already, but I don't really expect to see the HTC One M8 Prime there. It's probably about the HTC M8 Ace, which is supposed to be a cheaper version of the M8, but we'll see about that. And I just hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to also hit the like button. Again, let me know what you think of this HTC One M8 Prime in the comment section down below. See you next time. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, make sure to click the annotation next to this video or also click next or previous to check out another video of ours. Thanks for watching. See you next time.